I'm Tyler, and today I'm going to respond to my advocate's claim that hybrid cars will become the majority of purchased cars in the new car market within the near future. His secondary claims were the demand for hybrid cars has almost tripled in 5 years. Hybrids are gaining public approval, and hybrids are much more popular than all electric cars. While all these may be true, he doesn't provide any factual evidence when needed when purchasing a hybrid car. My claim is that hybrid cars will become more purchased, but not as much as my advocate portrays them to be. To support my claim, I'll be providing you with 4 secondary claims. First, hybrids maintenance and cost care are high. Second, hybrids do not provide the power of a normal gas car. Third, hybrids can actually be harmful to the environment. And fourth, hybrids don't have the necessary infrastructure needed to charge them conveniently. So first, let's look at hybrids maintenance and cost care being high. A recent study done by the Vincentric Hybrid Analysis showed that out of the 33 hybrids measured, the average price of maintenance was $4,647. Now, a majority of this is from the battery. Each manufacturer provides different warranties and different batteries. Some you can replace a single battery, others you have to replace all of them. The average battery will cost you from $3,000 to $5,000 according to eBay and the hybridshop.com. And these batteries also aren't winter ready. They die a lot faster in colder environments. If any of you guys have ever taken yourself on snowboarding, you know it dies a lot faster than down here. Secondly, hybrids do not provide the power of a combustion-only engine. So hybrids have a 1.5 liter or a 1.8 if you're lucky. Compared to a normal gas car, can range from anywhere from a 2 liter to a 6 liter, unless you get a bigger truck. They have pieces with 6.4s and 7.3s. The electric motor generally takes over from like the lower miles, like 0 to 50, and then over 50 the gas motor kicks in. Now when you're traveling at higher speeds, you're going to be harder on the gas pedal, so in the end you aren't saving that much gas because you're going to be harder on the gas motors than a normal gas car. Thirdly, hybrids can be actually harmful to the environment. Most hybrids batteries contain a great source of lead, and when a battery is no longer usable, they must be recycled, and that causes environmental pollution. Toyota even offers a bounty. They can give you like $200 if you bring the battery back to them, so they can assure that they will be recycled in the correct way. Production of hybrids actually pollutes more than a normal car. Lighter materials such as aluminum, in order to process them and manipulate them, it pollutes a lot more than like something like steel. Toyota admits that the production of its lightweight Prius requires more energy and emits more carbon dioxide than the production of its gas-only models. And this was done with an interview of a Toyota employee by Stephen Williams in the New York Times. So soon people will realize that the production of hybrids actually is worse for the environment than the production of a gas car. And finally, hybrids don't have the necessary infrastructure needed to charge them conveniently and efficiently. The U.S. Department of Energy states that successful deployment of hybrids and electric vehicles requires large-scale development of charging infrastructure and its integration into the existing system of electricity production and distribution. So, if you guys know, you don't see a lot of charging stations throughout the city. There's some on campus, at the malls, and usually, like in LA, you can find them sporadically, but you're not going to find one in a gas station in Laverne or Pomona that common. Also, to put in a charging station in your house is very costly. If any of you guys own a Prius, it's a lot of money to put a charging station in your home. So with that said, I stick with my claim that hybrid cars will become more popular, but not as much as my advocate portrays them to be. Thank you.
Right, Tyler, the main issue here, we had a speech like this earlier. It's basically you've created your own counterclaim on this argument, and you're presenting secondary issues that support the counterclaim, which may in fact have an impact on the argument that's being presented by the advocate, but we need a lot more contrast on those points. Some of the things that you talk about might in fact respond to the secondary issues that the advocate presented, but you're not making those applications. We're going to have to figure out how it all works. The cost issue, for instance, I think is one of the things that comes up because that's one of the things that suggests that hybrids and other alternative vehicles are going to be more desirable because of cost. And you do have an answer about cost, but you never apply that to the argument that the advocate made that said this is growing. It's like this whole argument exists separately. And if I were to look at your argument and then look at the argument that the other person presented, maybe I could find the way that there are things in your argument that respond to that. I shouldn't have to be doing that. You should be doing that for us.
So like fill in the missing links kind of.
Yeah, in other words, like when you say, go back to the advocate's original claims. It said the advocate said that because costs are coming down, hybrids will become more desirable and affordable. That's not going to be the case because the costs are going to remain high. Maintenance costs really increase the cost by comparison, so in the long run, you're not going to have that advantage. The advocate said that it's going to be environmentally friendly and people care more about that, and that's driving sales of those particular cars. But when people discover that the cars are not environmentally friendly, that might turn things off as well. So like I said, you've got issues that apply. You need to connect them a little bit more. It all sounds very independent. And there's not really any discussion of the advocate's evidence or reasoning at all. It's all counterclaim stuff. So I think you need to do a little bit more of that. Did we talk about this at one point? Did you come up and speak to me about it?
I asked you briefly about it.
Yeah, I found it, like 2 days later, I came across an article and I wanted to send you, and I couldn't remember who it was I talked to about it, and I don't have you guys listed because it's about this issue, and it was almost exactly the issue that we were talking about, estimating how many, and it's like there was a statistic that said by 2040, hybrids and alternative vehicles are still not going to exceed more than 10% of the market. Yeah, I know. It's like I looked at it and I said, that's perfect. That's exactly fits. Who was I talking to about that, And of course I couldn't remember because I don't have your names written down on the topic, so I said, dang,
Next year.
It was pretty good. It was pretty good.